What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode on Lolos and More. And today, we're gonna go ahead and mock up the rack. Um, it's gonna be the battery part of it first, and then we'll have to make some work for the pumps. So, I got all the pieces cut up already for the batteries. Um, These are all cut up. They're ready to be tacked together. I got the battery trays. I got one battery tray welded together. And then this one I need to weld it together right now. Because you guys can see, I got the one. I got one underneath it, just so I made the cuts out of it. And then right here you got the frame part of it made up, so that's what the trays are going to be sitting on, because they're going to be welded to this long piece right here, this 5-foot piece, welded to that main piece. So yeah, I still need to weld this part of the frame all together. I ran out of welding wire, so I need to put some more wire in my welder. But yeah, we're getting there. Today the battery part of it will be in. So I went ahead and I made some cuts for the second post for each side. So what I'm gonna do first is mock up the rack before I decide to weld in the second post. It is going to be leveled to that one right there, so it's going to be a pretty small post right here. So yeah, I want to mock up the rack first before I decide to put it there. So, but yeah, let me just get my welder together real quick and finish welding all that. Be right back. Okay, I'm gonna start welding here real quick, but I just want to show you real quick. See, the thing is about MIG welders, you waste material every time you got to change out your spool. Depending how long your cord is for your welding torch right here, you're gonna waste whatever material, depending how long the hose is. Because I try to buy the good stuff, even though this is flux core. I like to use flux core for the racks, and then I'll use the solid metal non-inner shield wire with argon to do the bridges in the cars. So, because I want the weld to be strong, but I mean, you guys can get away with it with the inner shield wire, so my truck is all inner shield wire, so nothing's broken on me yet. But yeah, I just want to show you guys waste of material with MIG welders. I'll probably learn how to do stick weld if I can afford a stick welder. Well, alright, let me get going. Okay, I got the rack mocked up in here. So looking pretty good in here right now. So when I put this rack in, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna weld the hold down I don't know which one to call them, but I'm gonna weld the hold downs, the mounts, to the rack when the rack is actually in the car, welded in, so that I can just slip this in the trunk. Because if I put the mounts on for the hold down, then I won't be able to get it in the trunk. So I don't want to have to cut this in half and do it like I did with the Monte Carlo. After I got into the Monte Carlo, I welded it back up together so it's one solid piece. So the next step is, what I'm gonna do now is I'm actually gonna put a bar that comes from this side of the rack all the way across, so it sits on top of that right there. The thing on the car is the mounts that are already existing on the car, those are welded to the side of the frame. That's another way of doing it. I just prefer welding it to the top of the frame. Let's see, I think I showed you guys, right? I'm not sure. So this is the post right here. They welded to the side of the frame instead of on top, which is cool. Some people do it this way. I just prefer it on top. I think I know for sure a company, I forgot the name, I don't remember who sells it, but on one of the hydraulic companies online, they sell side mounts for racks. You might have to call them. I forgot who. You'll have to check them out. But yeah, I'm gonna leave that here. I'm gonna use that, like I was saying, and put one here. And to do this one, I think after I put the post in, I'm actually gonna run a small bar running this way, connecting to the bar that I'm gonna put right here, that's gonna sit on top of this tubing right here. So one piece of tubing here and one coming this way. That way there's two posts instead of one, for it to be pretty sturdy, because the pumps are gonna run up here, and I'm gonna put one bar going across. It's gonna reconnect with the rack over here. So yeah, what I did with the rack is, on top of the rack that you can see when you remove the batteries, I put about a 3/4 inch weld on top, but on the bottom of this tray right here, I welded it completely on the bottom. And yeah, as you guys can see, I didn't weld up here, I welded on the bottom, and that's where the welds start to pop through right there. So yeah, and I did the same thing to the rack itself. If you were to take these trays off, which you can't anymore, once you take them off, you'll see that I put a 3/4 inch long weld connecting each tubing on top. But if you look at the bottom of the main frame of the rack, you'll see that I welded it completely. See those nice welds right there? Right there. Nice welds, people. Remember, if they don't do welds like that or better, don't go with them. Just because they have a welder, just because they say they have a welder, don't mean they know how to use it. So, and I know some people out there, they probably learned their lesson the hard way. So, well, alright. It actually did get pretty dark, and it's pretty late, so I'm not gonna make any more noise right now. But that's the next step, creating this right here and over here, and welding a tubing right there. Someone did ask me how to actually make how to weld the rack in place. Well, it's pretty easy, just like this. Cut a hole. What I did, I used a peanut grinder, aka a die grinder. So, and then before you weld that tubing like that on top, clean it and weld it. By using a grinder, I think it just makes the holes way too big, so that's why I use a die grinder. And just so you guys know, I'll put the link in the description of what a die grinder is, so you can guys look it up if you want to buy one. But what a die grinder is this right here. This is what a die grinder is. So I like it. I mainly just use that tool to just pretty much cut out these holes in the trunk, because it doesn't make big holes, you know. So, alright, well, we'll get back to this tomorrow. For now, so yeah, so tomorrow this rack will be welded into place, and before I do weld it into place, I'm gonna see where I really want to mount the solenoids. I think I might mount them right here along these two ends right here. So I might mount them there, or I might mount them somewhere closer to the pumps, since they're gonna be out there and out there. Let me put the subwoofer box in here just to get an idea. So hold on, let me be right back. Okay, I got the sub box in there. Fits perfectly. So yeah, the pumps are gonna be right here. They're gonna be facing straight, just like how my finger is right there. If I'm able to, I might point them a bit out of an angle, but I'll probably have to shove them further back. So yeah, I mean, that's what I'm working with right now. I think I might just go ahead and mount the pumps next to the side of this box right here, so they'll actually be maybe right here instead of further back there, to make the pumps visible. I think I might just go ahead and do that. So yep, and the rack will be higher than what it is right now. This is just slipping it in there, just seeing how it's gonna look. Alright, enough of me talking. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Alright, so I got the rack welded into place, just tacked in. The rack itself is all welded together, nice and solid. I'm gonna go ahead and just weld it into place to the frame another day. So what I'm gonna do is actually I'm gonna go ahead and finish off the rack in here to mount the pumps. And here's a picture of the subwoofer in here. As you guys can tell, I'm gonna be putting the pumps to the side so they're visible, because the homeboy of the car, he bought these nice plates and plugs for the pumps to dress them up badass. So I want to make sure that those are visible. So the way I'm gonna be making the rack is gonna come swooping up. This is where geometry comes into play. So hopefully you guys paid attention in high school in geometry class, because this is going to help you out a lot. But if you didn't, then make sure you guys buy extra material to do what I'm going to do. I don't think I'm going to record it, just so that I can go ahead and get it over with and you know, and finish up the car, because recording, it does kind of slow me down. So yeah, the pumps are going to be just on the side, like I've always said before, on the side of that, on the side of the subwoofer. So, and then I know somebody asked me about installing the rack, making it level. All you got to do is really use a 6-inch torpedo leveling device, and just make it level to the trunk floor. You know, that's all I can really say. And when you're welding it to the trunk, to the frame, I should say, you want to make sure you clean up the rust off of the frame. Use the drill. Make sure you use this type of tip. Cleans off the rust and exposes the metal on the frame. So yeah. Right now, just taking place, like I said. Yep. Let's see what else. The way I'm gonna make the hold downs, I'm gonna weld the mounts in here after I get it welded in. But the way I'm going to do it is so it looks like one solid piece. Haven't decided how I'm gonna do it, but for example, these are the batteries right here. I might make the hole down like this, come down like that, and a little bar like this right there, like a T, or an L-shaped bracket, hold down, right? And I drew this here real quick to show you guys how I weld flat pieces of metal together side by side to make some clean looking hold downs. What you want to do is when you're prepping, you want to kind of grind down the corners, right? Grind down the corners, and when you bring your two pieces together, right, when you start putting them together, it'll look like that. When you bring them together, this triangle right here is the weld, and when you go ahead and grind down the weld to make it look like one solid piece, the weld is gonna bite into the metal pretty good, so you can, you know, clean up the weld and make it look like one solid piece. So that's a tip real quick on how to weld flat bar, you know. So yeah, let's see, I know I'm forgetting to mention something, not sure what it is. But remember, guys, if you guys have any questions about your ride, how to do something, or if you're having issues with something, I can help direct you guys in the right direction. Because last thing I want to hear is you guys wasting a lot of money and it turned out to be one simple little thing. So just let me know. Email me or DM me on Instagram. Info's right there. And don't forget to get your guys' Lolos and more stickers. Thank you, everybody that's been buying them. That really does help me out a lot. Thank you so much. So yeah, I think that's it. I don't remember what I wanted to say. I think it was kind of off topic. But oh well. I'll probably do it for the next video. Alright, everybody. I'll probably catch you guys next time. Peace. Real quick, guys, I just remember what I wanted to say. Stay tuned for the summertime. I'm going to be doing special videos during that time. I think you guys are going to love it. I'm not gonna say what it is or give you guys any hints about it yet until maybe a couple weeks before I do those videos. They're gonna be special videos. So yeah, just stay tuned and subscribe so you guys can see what I'm gonna do. I'm pretty sure it's gonna benefit the lowrider community positively, positive, in the positive way, I should say. So but yeah, just stay tuned for those. Subscribe so you guys can get a notification in the summertime of what I'm gonna do. Alright, peace.